Hello, my name is Emily. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I actually have posted my first video and I have 80 views. I will call that a win. And 7 subscribers and 2 people commented. And they were the nicest people ever. I figured it would be a good idea to do a book tag or a booktuber tag. I'm gonna try and rapid fire through these questions and then hopefully you guys get to know me a little bit better. Hoping to have this video be pretty short so you guys can quickly get to know me and you don't have to spend too much time with me yapping. And if you would like to hear me yap more, subscribe. What's my name? My name is Emily. My channel is Emily Dupre. Dupre is actually my middle name and I go by Dupre in everything. Where are you from? I am originally from Florida. I was born in Oviedo, Florida. And then when I was 4, I moved from Orlando to Colorado. When I was 18, I moved to Tampa, Florida for school. I graduated from University of South Florida in May of 2023 with a degree in supply chain management. And I met my boyfriend in college, and so I still live in Tampa, Florida. How long have I been reading and / when did you fall in love with books? I've been reading for as long as I can remember. I think it started with the Magic Tree House books in first grade is when I first started reading, but I think I've fallen in and out of reading different phases of my life. I read a ton and then wouldn't read for years, but where I'm at now, at the level I'm at now, started in 2022 when I reread the Harry Potter series as an adult. I had reread it a ton as a kid, but I reread it as an adult, and then I read ACOTAR. And ACOTAR kind of, I think for a lot of people, snowballed me into the type of reader I am now. I fell in love with reading at multiple points in my life. I think I've always loved reading, but it just not to the extent that it is now. Why did you want to start making book content? I wanted to start making book content. Let me change that. I've been wanting to make content since I was in middle school from watching Laura DIY. I have watched specifically YouTube my entire life. That is what I consume way more. I never watch TV. It's always YouTube. And I've gone through so many phases of loving YouTube, and I've always watched and followed creators for so long that I'm always oh, I want to do this. I want to do this. And I finally stopped chickening out, and books are finally what kind of pushed me over the edge to just be yeah, I want to talk about books. I want to talk about them with someone. What genres do you read the most? If you watched my shelf tour video, then you know it's mainly fantasy and romantasy. I do sprinkle in some sci-fi, sprinkle in a little bit of lit fic and a little bit of mystery thrillers, but it's mainly fantasy and romantasy. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get used to not looking at myself and looking in your eyes. I just realized this. I have some of my least favorite books right here, and this is a great spot to film. So I should put some favorites right here. What genres do you rarely avoid or read? There's not a whole lot besides romance. Besides contemporary romance, it's just really hard for me to get into it. I feel I haven't really given romance a fair shot, so I can't say I don't like it, I just avoid it. I feel I need another plot to really enjoy a romance. I think that's why I love romantasy and fantasy so much. I don't want to read a book I don't think I'm going to enjoy, so I kind of just stay clear, but never say never. Favorite book of all time or top 3? That is, I'm gonna have to do top 3 series. Why did I pick that? I'll give my top 5. Number 1, I think series that I really don't think nothing's gonna move it out of its spot. I think number 1 is gonna be Throne of Glass, the whole series, Kingdom of Ash especially, but Throne of Glass series is I think my number 1 of all time. Number 2 would be Alchemized. I know it's not a series, but it's just phenomenal. 3 would be House of Devils by Kayla Edwards. 4 would be the Harry Potter series. I love it. Oh, no. I'm a cheat. Number 5 would be a tie between ACOTAR and Crescent City. That's a very solid top 5. A recent book you loved. I've read a lot of really good books. Oh, this was actually the last book I finished. It was The Poppy War. I actually love that book. That was a 5-star, almost a 6-star. But I do feel a little bit emotionally traumatized from it. But that was a recent book I loved. A book you didn't expect to love but did. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I do. If We Were Villains. That was the first book I read in 2025. And I did not expect to like that book as much as I did. I feel like that was kind of a gateway drug to dark academia, and I need to read more. But I didn't expect to like that book as much as I did, but I really loved it. Favorite authors? Ooh, I'm gonna ramble. Sarah J. Maas, cause duh. Kayla Edwards, Now Senlin Yu, Amber V. Nicole, Melissa K. Rorick. Those are kind of like my main jam. How often do you plan to upload? I'm hoping 2 times a week, but probably right now, while I get in the groove of everything, once a week. But I'm hoping, I want to try to do Wednesdays and Sundays. But right now, it's gonna probably just be Wednesdays for a little bit until I get used to this. Paperback, hardcover, ebook, or audio. I'm gonna rank these. I would say, like, at the top, my favorite is a paperback. I just love a paperback. And then it would be a Kindle. Kindle might be tied for paperback. I just love reading on my Kindle. It's so convenient. I read on my Kindle every day. And then it would be hardcover and then audio. But I don't know. I kind of like them all. I don't mind. Do you prefer long books or short books? I would say long, especially because I read fantasy. I read primarily fantasy. So most books I read tend to be over 500 pages or like right at 500 pages. So I definitely prefer a long book. And some of my all-time favorite books are over 700 pages. So, are you a daytime reader or a late night reader? I am both. Not late night. I go to bed at 9. So I'm definitely a morning reader because I read every morning while doing cardio, and I love waking up and reading on the weekends. And I'll read before bed, but that's not a late night because my bedtime is literally 9 p.m. even on the weekends. So biggest reading pet peeve. I would say my biggest, like, the active reading pet peeve would be if it's not on Kindle Unlimited. The book is like too stiff or I can't hold it comfortably. Too small a font because it makes me feel not productive when I finally flip a page. I'd rather the book be more pages with a bigger font. It's just easier for me to read. I would say, like, book content though, my biggest pet peeve would be insta-love and like bad pacing. What do you hope viewers get from your channel? I hope they just pick up a book. I hope it just inspires people to read, whether you're reading one book a year or 200. I just hope I inspire you to read, no matter what it is. I don't care what type of book you read, how long the book is, if you read it on audio, if you read it physically. I just hope you read. That's would be my goal for everyone. It's just reading, no matter what it is. What kind of reader would love your channel? Definitely fantasy and romantasy readers, because that's my bread and butter. Where else can viewers find you? Instagram, Goodreads, but I'm also on Fable. So I'll kind of put all my tags here and I'll link them down below because I don't remember my usernames on any of those. And yeah, those were the videos. That was pretty quick and easy. I'm hoping that you guys were able to get to know me a little bit better and you enjoyed this. If you have any other questions for me, please leave them down below. Is this where I ask you to like and subscribe this video? I don't know, but thank you so much for anyone who's watching this. I love you so much. Thank you for being here, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.